Hi guys, I just wanted to jump on this video real quick and explain buyer agency agreements, and also talk about some of the policy changes that have been put into place recently, nationwide that affects those agreements. So, starting on August 1st, of 2024, we as realtors are required by the law to have a signed buyer agency agreement with every buyer prior to showing them. Um, Unfortunately, there's no leeway to this or exceptions to this. There's no single agency or company that are exempt from this. This new nationwide law that was put into place was a direct result of the NAR lawsuit that happened early 2024. The National Association of Realtors was sued by multiple homeowners on the basis that the listing agents did not properly describe how commission works. So these sellers claimed that their agents told them that they had no choice on whether or not they could pay or offer buyer agency commission, and they could not negotiate that amount as well. Both of these things we know are not true. First off, in real estate, everything is negotiable, including commission. So when I meet with a seller for the first time, I discuss my commission rates based upon the services that I offer, and we work to come to a conclusion and agreement on what they may be. It's then up to me to decide whether or not I will split my commission with the buyer's agent in the transaction and how much that would be. So the seller's agent, they don't pay the buyer's agent directly. So ultimately, things were just not being explained properly to sellers. Um, so this new law that, along with another law stating that we as listing agents can no longer put the buyer agency commission being offered into our local MLS, are the direct results of this $400 million NAR lawsuit that happened. Um, in North and South Carolina specifically, we have always had buyer agency agreements in place prior to going under contract. So it's nothing new to us. It's always been required that we had that agency agreement in place so we could fully represent our clients while we are in a transaction with them. But now we just had to have these signed agreements in place up front before we even show a single home for them. So that's the only difference here, really, when it comes to the actual agreement itself. It's always existed in North Carolina and South Carolina. It's just a timing thing. Now I do understand you may feel weary or nervous about signing this contract, but essentially you're just, like I said, you're signing it up front sooner than you normally would. It's not, sometimes you might not be entirely sure on the area you want to settle in, or not entirely sure that you want to work with that realtor. So in those instances, you could have a shorter contract in place. Um, that would say last for even as short as like a week or a month. It doesn't have to be a 6-month contract. It doesn't have to be a year-long contract. It can be any period of time. Technically, it could even be one day. Um, I consider it very important to I either meet with you in person or talk to you on a Zoom call or a phone call to explain the buyer agency agreement prior to signing, because I don't want any of my buyers signing something that they don't understand what it means. To me, that's very misleading. So buyer agency agreements are there to protect the buyer and the buyer's agents, as these contracts state that the buyer agent owes all fiduciary duties to that buyer. These contracts outline all the terms and conditions very transparently. We can go through each clause together so you fully understand what you're agreeing to. Additionally, the contract includes a satisfaction clause. So this means if you're not satisfied with the services, you can terminate the agreement. This contract is also designed to give you peace of mind in the fact that it's a legal protection for you. Your rights and interests are protected under this law and under the law, which in case is not the case in informal agreements. So without a binding contract, you could face more significant risks if disputes may arise. So this contract, it ensues clarity and it protects both parties. So I hope I've explained everything to you about the buyer agency agreement. We can definitely talk more about this and walk through it just to get more comfortable with it. Um, I look forward to helping you search for the perfect home and for you and your family. Thanks.